We now turn to the nomination of Todd Blanche to be Attorney General. The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Cornyn.
Aye.
Mr. Lee.
Aye.
Mr. Cruz.
Aye.
Mr. Hawley.
Aye.
Mr. Tillis.
Aye.
Mr. Kennedy.
Aye.
Mrs. Blackburn. Aye. Mr. Schmidt.
Aye.
Mrs. Britt. Aye. Mrs. Moody. Aye. Ms. Graham. Aye. Mr. Durbin.
No.
Mr. Whitehouse.
No by proxy.
Ms. Klobuchar.
No.
Mr. Coons.
No.
Mr. Blumenthal.
No.
Ms. Rono. Mr. Booker.
No.
Mr. Padilla.
No.
Mr. Welch.
No.
Mr. Schiff.
No.
Chairman Grassley.
Aye.
On this vote, the ayes are 12, the nays are 10.
The nomination will be favorably reported. Before we adjourn, I have some letters I want to put in the record from, well, I'm not going to bother to read it. It's not worth reading at this point. The meeting's adjourned.
Todd Blanche is now one step closer to officially serving as U.S. Attorney General. I'm Vaughn Hilliard. As you just saw, Blanche got the approval of the Judicial Committee on an 11-9 party line vote. We're now just waiting for Senate Majority Leader John Thune to schedule a full floor vote that could come here within this next week. Republican Senators Thom Tillis and John Cornyn, you saw them there, dropped their initial opposition. Insisting memos Blanche released this weekend met their demands of clarifying the president's tax immunity deal and puts in writing that the so-called anti-weaponization fund is dead as well. But there are questions about whether that is really the case. I want to get to our panel here at the top. MS Now colleagues, congressional reporter Michael Schnell, senior legal reporter Lisa Rubin, legal analyst and former federal prosecutor Paul Butler is here, and White House reporter Jake Traylor. Michael, I want to start here with the full floor vote that we now anticipate for Todd Blanche. You saw Thom Tillis and John Cornyn fall in line, but Mitch McConnell is not at the U.S. Senate. Would it be 3 defections that would be required of Republicans? And at this point, do you expect him to pass the full Senate?
Yeah, Vaughn, given the current breakdown of the Senate and given the fact that we don't expect Senator McConnell to be back at least this week when the vote would likely happen or in the next few days, Republicans can only afford to lose 2 votes and still get Todd Blanche confirmed. And now I'll say this committee vote was certainly the main hurdle that Todd Blanche had to get over, particularly with Thom Tillis and John Cornyn. But I would say that Todd Blanche is not out of the woods just yet. There still could be some complications in his quest to become the permanent attorney general. That's because there are some Republicans who remain on the fence and have not yet said how they plan to vote on its confirmation. Top of that list is Bill Cassidy, the Republican from Louisiana who just lost his reelection to a Trump-backed challenger and has not been shy about voicing his disagreements with the president since. I spoke to him yesterday. He said he had no comment on Todd Blanche. He told our team again this morning he still has no comment. Bill Cassidy in the past has voiced concerns about that anti-weaponization fund, about that audit immunity, but he's also said that he's worried that Todd Blanche is going to act as President Trump's personal attorney when he's attorney general and not be an unbiased, independent figure. In addition to Bill Cassidy, you also have people like Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins who have not yet said how they plan to vote. I spoke to Susan Collins yesterday, Lisa Murkowski yesterday. Murkowski said that while this deal that Todd Blanche struck with Tillis and Cornyn is a step in the right direction, she still wants to learn more. Susan Collins wanted to talk to John Cornyn and Thom Tillis before making up her mind. So certainly a big hurdle crossed today for Todd Blanche, but it is not going to be a cakewalk just yet, as some of those Republicans are keeping their cards close to their vest.
Michael, you're outside of the committee hearing. I know that the members you're going to anticipate walking out of those doors. But real fast, is the math accurate that it would be 3 Republican defections that would be required to join Democrats?
They would only be able to lose 2 Republicans if McConnell is still absent and assuming all Democrats vote no and there's full attendance.